we are back. This is it, finally, the grand finals between EVOS Esports and DG Ladies. Sorry for the long break because in EVOS Esports series, they finished the match with a 2-1.
That's right, of course, we will be casting last game for today. We are, of course, Rockhart. I'm Rockhart, not we. I'm Rockhart.
We are Rockhart.
We are Rockhart.
And I am Yuko. So thank you so much, guys, for waiting. Again, the grand finals, this will be a best of 5 match. Whoever wins will finally be crowned the queens of AOV for this FSL circuit.
Finally, we are here after 3 days of grueling and, of course, very intense esports action featuring the awesome ladies from multiple teams across the Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, and Indonesian servers.
Right, so we are gonna jump straight into the pick and ban phase for game 1 of the grand finals. So
DG Ladies on the left, EVOS Esports on the right. Should be a great game, folks. Let's try to find out who's gonna come out on top here. EVOS had a pretty solid 2-1 victory against GGW Ladies. It was a long one. In the end, it really was worth it.
Was worth it indeed. Actually, I'm curious on how the gameplay will be for both teams because they're both slow paced in the early game, like first 5 to 6 minutes. But their power spike is usually happening in the mid part of the game. So I guess we won't be seeing that much of a long series unless, you know, the ties are just always tied.
Denial pick here coming from DG Ladies, EVOS Esports. This Hayate really did a number in their game versus GGWG last one. So I am expecting a lot more denial picks coming from DG. In the meantime, I feel like they really watched that last game. EVOS, on the other hand, going for the Sephira would be very highly suggested. However, still have to find out who they wanted could put that in the combo with.
Sephira actually got banned 2 times in the series against DG Ladies versus Luna. But now, finally, Sephira is open, but Baldum and Omen will be the first 2 picks for EVOS Esports right here.
It's actually pretty solid considering Omen was definitely one of the key players in the previous series as well for EVOS. Getting that just means they're going straight for comfort picks here in this series.
Well, why? Well, there's, like what we've been saying, there's a magic when you're having your comfort picks. Like, you can get a handful of kills or you can farm even though your eyes are closed. So I guess both of the teams want to take as much comfort picks as they can so they won't have any extra pressure or won't have that much of a hard time for the game. L'Oreal and Timmy being hovered and locked in for DG Ladies right here.
There you go. Timmy is one of those heroes that I believe is just severely underused in this complete tournament. And it's really a pleasure watching it being picked up by DG Ladies here. Super underrated, great front line, can set up so many great picks. DG Ladies make full use of that. EVOS Esports answers with a Liliana.
And actually, EVOS Esports did their research as well. They saw how powerful Illumia can be in the hands of DG Ladies, so they banned that out.
Yep, pretty solid. Usually, especially when you get Illumia and Baldum in one composition, it's really great to see those guys play. Very easy to pick up kills with. Not going to be happening this time around. Vedic stand out for DG.
No solid marksman for DG Ladies. They need a damage dealer and one beefy frontliner, like super beefy, because L'Oreal is more of a support and poke type of hero. But let's see who will be the 4th ban for the side of EVOS Esports.
Should be very interesting to see the bans here. I would remove one more solid damage dealing marksman probably, but Irie is going to be one of those picks. I mean, they did see how well GG Myung plays that Irie. Solid focus ban coming in here from EVOS.
Respect bans going all over the map, but wait, the Joker has been... Was that a...
I feel like that's definitely plausible. Although Lindis is still one of those heroes that should have been picked up but is banned out. So they're really thinning out the marksman pool here. I feel like a Violet pick is coming for either one of these teams soon. Wonder if that's going to be the case. Natcroft has been used by EVOS very efficiently in the previous series as well, in the past few games. Yesterday we also saw a very solid Natcroft play comes for EVOS, so still a pretty good pick. However, can be answered usually by strong crowd control. I'm hoping for some really good ones. Alistair, one of those big picks as well. So waiting here.
Malloc is open, I guess, if DJ ladies want to pick that up. Or at least they don't just have a strong front line or someone that can just mess around with the side of EVOS Esports. Kilgroth though being hovered and locked in. Quillen being locked in as well. So they have a pretty standard draft right here, and they have Quillen to bank for the late game. They have L'Oreal, Hayate, and Timmy for the early game though.
Yeah, leaving the Quillen open. Actually, Florentino, Quillen, and Richter, that trio, not actually getting too much attention. So we have the opening for the Quillen and the Richter, but of course Florentino is out. Talanas. Again,
Last pick Talanas.
surprisingly on the last pick. That's not something you see every day.
Yung plot twist, right? This is the grand finals anyway. So, righty, this will be game 1 of our grand finals, and this is the draft for our 2 lovely all-girls team.
Yep, for the meantime, it's going to be pretty standard and pretty balanced draft for both of our teams. Kilcroft making a first-time appearance here as well. So very excited to see what these guys have to offer, and let's have a look and see as we load up into the game who will take first blood here. DG Ladies versus EVOS Esports. This is a best of 5. Of course, please do share the stream if you're watching on Facebook. Make sure you hit that that bell icon to know when FSL, the Female Esports League, will be live again. Grand finals already, showing who is the best female esports team for Arena of Valor.
I actually like the surprise or the difference that DG Ladies put in their draft. So there is a first time in everything, but let's see if that first time or if that change will actually be a blessing or a horror in disguise for their own team.
Yep, DG Ladies definitely shaked up something new here, showed up something new. I'm not sure if EVOS was already expecting these changes because of the way that the ban played out. But if they are, they should be in for an easy time, considering Natcroft is just so strong in the hands of EVOS. I'm also waiting for the Hayate to maybe be played better by DG Ladies, something I'm really waiting for. So either way, it's going to be up to whether or not execution can be great in terms of having the Kilgroth in the comp. But for the meantime, let's have a look in the game. First one, DG Ladies versus EVOS Esports.
We are jumping straight into the game, but one of my thoughts and concerns about this though is EVOS Esports from day 2, we noticed that they have a very solid 3 or 4 woman rotations, and DG Ladies tend to be scattered around in the early game. So maybe they're gonna try and change that or make a run with that, but maybe DG Ladies has a different plan in mind. Maybe they think they can actually go up against the members from EVOS Esports right here.
That's right. Speaking of the members, on DG Ladies, Akasha on the Quillen. For them on the L'Oreal, Rinko, Hayate, GG Myung on the Kilgroth, Lil on the TV.
But wait, Lin says hello to GG Myung right there as they are trying to invade. But Lin says, no, this is my farm and I will try to clean out my own jungle crew. GG Myung down to the last 2 bars of her health. But I mean, she wasn't supposed to die there, but what Lin did was enough to just zone them out.
That's right. And zoning out is what Lil does best on the teamy. That's why I really like this pick as well. For EVOS, Lin on that Omen, Tazzy on the Natcroft, Rivalda on the Baldum, going and charging in on Akasha right there. And we try and see a lot. of damage. Just try to steal some camps. Pixie on the Tilanas and LW on Liliana.
Wait. That's Lil. Yeah. Lil and Akasha, I actually have, for DG ladies, I do have my eyes on them because they're both really, really aggressive, but in the sense that they're actually really smart. But for the side of EVOS PH, I have my eyes on Ravida and Lin, surprisingly, because of their immense sustain and their response rate whenever someone from EVOS Esports gets caught alone in a certain lane.
Yeah, surprisingly, they're not giving up a lot of influence in the Dragon area. Leaving up and waiting for level 4 before they show their faces on the map. Even the ball right now trying to see if he can get some damage done onto the jungle cap so he can get the ultimate, but for the meantime, Quillen gonna be going in and engaging.
Good engage from Akasha right there, but Ravida is the next target, and Pixie does go down. That's one dead till honest. One kill going over to the side of DG ladies, but of course, 2 kills going over to the right side. That was a really fast answer and revenge kill. Double kill going over to this Stacey, and now DG ladies forced to back away. They were the ones that initiated that fight, but now they're the ones disengaging. And of course, EVOS, after winning one clash, they are gonna rotate over to the Abyssal Dragon.
Which is a bit surprising. I did not really expect EVOS to come out on top there, but the counterplay was just too good to handle for DG ladies. Really showing themselves up in this series this time around.
This is what I've been telling you. The response rate and the map awareness that EVOS Esports has is just so amazing. Like, they're well aware of what's happening. And speaking of well aware of what's happening, Blue team was able to bag one kill right there. And of course, they are forced to back away right now because look at the sustain that Ravida has. Oh my gosh, 2 people get stunned. And Liliana gets a kill, make that 2 even. That was a 2 for non-trade in favor of EVOS Esports.
EVOS really roaring in this game. Trying to get a lot of gold and a lot of kills on the map and getting them successfully without giving away too much.
Man,
I
like the micro gaming from EVOS Esports so far. Grr power, roar power, as I like to call it. But of course, it's still not too late for DG. I mean, it's just the early game. I mean, it's okay to have a handful of mistakes and get ganked a handful of times in the early game, given that, again, EVOS Esports, they have a solid rotation. They're always knit together.
That's right. Again, the rotation's pretty strong, not to mention they have the reserve here on the Omen. Just standing there and getting so much gold non-stop. Killdroff not really equipped to deal with that for the meantime. They're going to be trying to go and prove us wrong here.
Alright, they're actually boxing in that GG Myung, and GG Myung says goodbye. But look at that really nice pushing from Tazy right here. Able to flash it and bag a double kill. 2 more kills going over to EVOS Esports. The box, the rotations, and the boxing potential and the discipline that EVOS Esports has right here is really good. But with 4 times targeting and this Lin, and Lin does go down. That is an easy revenge kill for the side of DG ladies.
Looks like EVOS bit off a bit more they can chew in there, trying to go for the push. Did not realize L'Oreal was actually very close by. Of course, that does buy some time here on the DG top lane, gives that Killdroff some farming potential. However, how long is that gonna be? Because right now, the bottom lane under siege here for EVOS, possibly zoning for a take on the Dragon.
And the thing about Lil here is, she's not supposed to charge in a certain area against the enemies when she is alone. But the thing is, she is super confident and she trusts that whenever, even if she is alone, if she jumps in, there will be an assist or response from her teammate. Abyssal Dragon being targeted and secured by EVOS.
What a quick take there for EVOS. I mean, DG ladies didn't even bother to check. Top lane going to be the revenge though, getting that tower. Links very nearby with LW. It's a 2v3. How can they survive this? Not for long apparently. Omen could be the sacrificial lamb there. Liliana just gonna be walking out for the meantime.
Yep, LW forced to get away there because of course she did not want to risk her life. It's better to, you know, save yourself than risk a double kill for the enemy. LW gonna rotate over to the mid lane, but here we have Pixie just minding her own business, just farming, just taking her time.
Yeah, everyone just setting up camp once more around the Dragon area. Maybe try to get that Cruise Eagle on the bottom side of the map. Hayate again, one on the docket. Lots of damage, but not really making their mark as of yet. It's very difficult to go near. Unless, of course, Bill is high HP and just gonna risk it. Look at that. That's the damage. Has a placement. Will be able to make it out live. Ballum in the middle of the fight under tower. They are taking it like a boss.
They want to still give it a go, but of course LW is now right here. The sponsor right now when she is charging, but 2 members from DG Ladies able to get away. That was enough, honestly, getting 1 kill and then going away. But wait, there was another kill from, I think, the mid lane. Gigi Myong goes down and...
Yeah. Actually, that was on top.
That was on top?
Yeah, right there,
I said
Gigi Myong.
I said top lane.
Oh, you said mid. Anyway.
I said top. Anyway. They could not turn that into another turn. But of course, for them and Akasha right there, chasing down this Daisy and LW, trying to save her teammate, and apparently she was able to do so.
Bottom lane though, Pixie just not joining the fights yet. This Hayate, this is one of the reasons why you pick this up. You clear the wave so quickly, and you'll always force the enemy to just catch that minion wave, or else it will go to the tower, right? So right now, because of that, again, Pixie just has a lot of free time on his hands just to get some of those minion waves, while the rest of DG, they're trying to see if they can get their eyes on the Abyssal Dragon, which will be a little bit more difficult now that the Cruise Eagle buff can walk around and spy on them.
Force reset onto that Abyssal Dragon. Alright, both teams are actually going pretty chill now, but of course, things are just starting to heat up. EVOS Esports though, I think they have the map control advantage because they're the ones being more aggressive, but with the Esports tries to target that Pixie and Freddy were able to catch her off guard, and of course Ravida trying to save her very own teammate, but they were able to get away now. Abyssal Dragon being tapped. What are they gonna do? Are they gonna go with a objective? Apparently they're forced to do so, but for them, last 2 bars of her health gets jumped in by Tazy, but Tazy backs away.
Yep, it's gonna be the Abyssal Dragon on the side of DG. Will this be stolen? Big question here, and it will be secured for them. Once more, a great initiative play. He was the first one to start that off, and he was the one who ended it. Gets the dragon in. Some pressure back on the DG ladies.
Slowly but surely, our ladies getting the advantage and the command that they needed. LW says hi. Lily's apparently alone here in the bot lane. Backup is just a bit far away, so EVOS Esports is just gonna clear out that wave, and there is a pause.
Waving up here again, currently 2,000 gold ahead. EVOS, they're pretty solid on the pickings here. I like that. They're able to use that Nacroft at its full potential. Same with the Baldum. He's not necessarily getting the pickoffs that he needs, but he's doing the zoning. He's getting everyone scared of that big ultimate that we have. So that's giving EVOS Esports a lot of edge in the team fights.
And honestly, I think that's enough. I mean, it's not all about the base, the kills, and of course the other things. You'd want to prioritize the pushing advantage and objectives, especially the turret takedowns and clearing out the jungle camps of your enemy side of the map, because that means you get to have the gold and the itemizations that you'll need. So by mid game, the power spike will be high.
Yeah, again, that's all that matters here for EVOS. That's usually how they play anyway, relying on late to mid game to just really close it out. They don't want to storm you right away in the early game. They wait until those moments where it's very micro intensive, it's very reliant on your reflexes, and that's just where they shine.
Alright, Tazy was able to catch Lil off guard, but apparently they were able to they actually overextend there, thus creating a kill for DG ladies after bagging 1 kill, which is a Ravida. DG ladies rotating over to the mid lane to maybe try and at least get this mid lane turret, and they're able to secure, ignoring EVOS Esports altogether. They're just gonna go with 100% objectives.
Very promising. Bottom lane can also be an easy kill. Good thing that Tazy knows what ultimates are out, not even trying to go for it, despite that should have been a quick 2 kill, but they don't mind. They're just playing conservatively. They know they're still in the lead. But not by that much anymore.
Two people were actually stunned there, but there was no follow-up. So we're gonna go back to the normal, a bit of a conservative. We're trying to get a feel of the map. DG Ladies waiting for a proper stunner, at least lockdown for EVOS Esports. Lynn just clearing out the camps here. No one's touching that huge objective yet. They don't want to give it up without a fight.
Yep, Liliana, of course, going lower and lower in the priority here as time is passing by. So EVOS, they have that mid lane kind of faltering, but L'Oreal, Fortim on that L'Oreal, just so much stronger. When you put Smite on the ground, it's gonna be unlimited spams of that holy cross that you see on the ground here. So usually it does end up. You know, it's a funny thing that the name of the cross is Wheel.
Oh,
I just found that out. It was really funny. Anyway, unlimited dashes, unlimited crosses on the ground. It really is so powerful. Blinking left, right, and center.
and I guess that's the perfect setup for L'Oreal's team because you want to have a spammable setup. But wait, he's able to knock Rinko up, but Rinko, the two people she got caught out, and that was a really nice response from EVOS Esports. They were able to bag one kill, make that two, but now Lynn is just overextending, and Pixie forced to save her teammate with just the arrow, and Lynn able to get away by just the last 2 bars of her health. That was a 1-for-none trade in favor of EVOS Esports.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a slow-paced game.
EVO's really picking it up in DG, not willing to give anything away. Now they're going for the Vessel Dragons. Will they go for it? Apparently EVOS, they do not want to give away without fight. Will still go over to DG, but they are not done. They go for the team fight.
2 people stunned, and they were able to take a little down, and they're gonna hunt for more. They want more bloodbath. Rotating over to the bot lane where DG Myong is.
Yeah, and Pixie just gonna be going non-stop on that tower. That is gone. And now in the mid lane, still that Quillen trying to get some farm. They have again that not really joining the team fights of DG Ladies that much.
But at this point for Evo, still Anna's already there. But wait, Lynn gets one of 3 people actually chasing her. Will she be able to get away? Tazy says hi. Was able to stun someone, but of course Lynn goes down. Tazy tries to get away, but was able to escape by just the skin of her teeth. And right there, LW. I thought she was gonna die there, but alright, was able to save her teammate as well.
Yeah, and after that, look at that. They go straight for the Dark Slayer against whatever EVOS might have predicted. Only LW gonna be here to spot this out.
Oh, LW wants to give it a go. She jumps in, ultimate going over to LW.
Oh my god!
The Dark Slayer. Dark Slayer was able to go to EVOS Esports. That was a 3-for-1 in favor of DG though, but EVOS Esports able to secure a very huge objective. But honestly, I don't think that's a good trade-off. 1 Dark Slayer to 3 kills.
Yeah, that's actually quite a lot being taken there though. Of course, EVO still will have 3 people on the field. Be able to block off against that. Oh my god, the Quillen just doing a phenomenal work against Batalanas. Goes down right away, critical hits. And this is why this always gets banned out.
This is why she gets banned out. This is why Akasha
Look
is
at
not
those.
allowed
Oh
to
my
even
God.
hold down. You were right. She was quiet up until like the 12 or 11 minute mark, but now she's right there. And coincidentally, she targeted Tilana. She was able to demolish the life bars of this very strong marksman.
Yeah, the one who usually deals with heroes like the Quillen, Owen just right on the top lane, not really joining that much as well. Mid lane though is going to be the primary focus as that Drake already making its way towards the outer turret.
Alrighty, spawning over to the side of EVOS Esports. Oh, someone gets on at the mid lane, but apparently they're just targeting that Drake. That's honestly a quick takedown for the Drake though.
Yeah, really quick and efficient. That is the power of the Quillen. Go 1v1 versus Daisy. He knows he can't handle it. Walks on out of there unless LW's there to say they
3
3v1.
people was able to see Akasha right there, and Akasha does go down no matter how strong you are. If you're up against 3 people with complete skills, you're pretty much a burnt toast.
Yeah, Quillen is very strong if he can unleash that barrage of critical hits, but if he is crowd controlled to the ground, lifesteal doesn't matter, damage doesn't matter. That's exactly what DG did.
So now they're just gonna stay on the turret, try to defend as much as they can, but they don't mind receiving a lot of damage, even shielding for the stuns for their team. With EVOS Esports was able to bag one turret at the top lane, and now they're just storming from the mid lane to the top lane. Oh no, Lil gets got out, Lil gets stunned, and will Lil be able to survive? Apparently the answer is no. The damage out from EVOS Esports is just too much. They're able to take down Lindo, and now the life bars of EVOS Esports, the one being demolished. That was a 1 for 3J, but DG Ladies still wants to give it a go. LW being targeted, and she does get bursted down.
Only Rivaldo survived there, and he is not healthy at all. Man, DG Ladies showing up strong against EVOS Esports.
Ultimate going over to that Rinko. So patience is indeed a virtue. They were waiting for Omen to go online. They were waiting for that very good initiate from Rinko or Gigi Myung. Actually, Lil was pretty much a sacrificial lamb there. Even though she died, it worked for DJ Ladies' favor. And now, look at how fast they're demolishing the turrets on the side of EVOS Esports. They could not do anything, and they're gonna rotate over to the buffs and go to a strong objective, which is probably the Abyssal Dragon.
They go for tower for the meantime. They know they can still take it. Everyone's still near the fountain. And after that, they make their way towards the enraged Abyssal Dragon.
So this is gonna be a quick take since EVOS Esports. Wait. Alright, I thought they were gonna steal it again, but alright, that's one more objective for DG Ladies. Crash, that was so close. Life steal for days though, that was so fast.
That's power of the equivalent. Critical lifesteal can basically hold your own as long as they don't have that much crowd control to stop you. Speaking of stopping, this is a bad place to stop. Valdo stopping 3 members, 2 members of DG, slowing him down, but not doing that much damage.
The last fight will be the next fight will be the last fight, because whoever wins that will probably bag the game, because if DG Ladies is able to win that, they can just storm in the mid lane. If EVOS Esports gets to win that clash, they can storm at the bot lane of DG Ladies. But another objective onto the side of our ladies right here.
Yep, everyone's getting resurrection items right now. So I feel like that's only going to make Akasha even more scary at this point, and even more aggressive than he already is.
Akasha, of course, just gonna keep on farming, but I just can't forget how much of a damage output she already has. So I guess she's gonna be the primary target of EVOS Esports right here. 3 people almost. Oh wait, 2 people just in the top lane, because Liliana is at the mid along with Delanes.
Yep, even Lin right now being very careful on the Omen. Usually it's very difficult to burst down Omen right away. Usually it would take about 2 to 3 members to do that, but right now it only will take 1. Either the Hayate, that GG Myung on that kill graph, so scary, is so big right now, or the Quillen again has invisibility, could sneak up on him.
Kill
That's
graph
happening right
working
now.
well for them, but Lin gets slow, but Lin was able to disengage, and of course for them right here along with the Drake, their 6-man, 6-dragon.
Yeah, there you go. EVOS has to defend on top and mid, and the bottom lane could be gone soon. L'Oreal getting ready to go for the fight.
Ravida really low on health. Honest first trying to dish out as much damage as she can, but will they be able to sustain though? DG Myung still, she doesn't even mind going up against 2 people there at the mid lane, but TZ at the front line along with LW and Ravida, they can't even do anything yet. They can't see the opening, but another blue tower being taken down by our lady.
Real bad here. Next one again, clearing out the base of EVOS Esports. This game going nearing the 20-minute mark. Items look really scary for the DG Ladies, putting up a real even fight here.
Whoops, alright. Man, the waiting game is just too long for these 2. I mean, DG Ladies, they don't want to overextend because they know that one wrong mistake can cost them the first game. And for me, right, in every best of 5 series, the first game is important because that's the team that will get the momentum or the morale to try and storm out in the next few games.
Yeah, that's gonna be whether or not EVOS can hold that mental fortitude as well. GG Myung waiting. He goes straight for the Telanas.
No No assurance needed, and look at the lifestyle and the sustain that they have. Apparently, she was forced to back away. Someone from DG Ladies, that was Akasha, actually got bursted down, so that is one member from DG Ladies down in EVOS Esports could use that to their advantage.
However, this could be a big take on the Dark Slayer as well. Let's have a look to see how fast it's going to be. Apparently, no one is going to be there to contest 14 to 14 on the kill score, and DG Ladies ahead by about, say, 2,000, 3,000 gold.
Not able to steal, so Darkslayer being secured by our ladies right now. EVOS, look at that, Ravana is in the front line. Of course, with the Honest just at the back line. Daisy tries to hunt someone down, maybe even stun someone, but Lil's just mapping out the premises.
Beautiful plays here from DG Ladies. EVOS, though, they're still not out, not down for count as of yet. Spawning that Drake right there on the bottom. Leave it to fight. Leave it to walk while they fight on the top lane. Mid lane, Daisy also having a fun time with these minions.
And she just wants to clear that as much as they can. Wait, here we go. Ravine actually got spotted out there, but I think that's an overextend for him. Of course, she had a sustain, she doesn't mind, and Lin trying to save her team against Ravida, and Lil is actually the next target. They are trying to take down the tank, but the damage out from Tilanas is really immense. Resurrection has been popped, but Lil, will she be able to get away? Apparently, the answer is yes. So much disengage and so much sustain. So much time being bought for the side of these two teams. Daisy, though, taking over this objective from the side of DG Ladies. No Drake coming over to our base.
Daisy basically just on guard duty right now, while the rest of his teammates just lock in. I mean, itemization, I don't even need to look at it. Everyone is just locked and maxed out.
It's a matter of who will make the next mistake. Just one small mistake and mean the world or even the game for them. For EVOS Esports, for DG Ladies, they could try and target Tilanas or Liliana first. But for the side of EVOS, I guess they could go with... Well, L'Oreal is a solid support, so they're all about that initiative. But wait, Daisy gets caught out here, and Lil trying to dive in against these two people. But wait, there are other people as well from EVOS Speed, and they're gonna jump in. DG Ladies look at the damage output from this L'Oreal, able to take someone down the side of EVOS Esports, and they're gonna stop anytime soon. They are storming in the base. This could probably end. The main damage is already out, and DG Ladies just storming, making sure that the death timers will last for a lot and that the life bars of EVOS will get demolished. They're gonna bag game 1 for the grand finals.
Congratulations to DG Ladies, definitely making a great case against EVOS Esports. Wow, that is some strong gameplay coming from DG Ladies, enabling the Hayate and that late game kill Graph and Quillen. Oh my god. How they even come up with that?
That game was so long and it just worked so well for Quillen. Tilanas, I wasn't able to see the damage output that Tilanas had, but I think that's because the zone out potential from DG Ladies was just so good that Tilanas can't just find a proper position to try and snipe or arrow someone down.
That's right. I feel like the sniping is just all that he needed to do, but DG Ladies just made it so difficult for the Tilanas to actually survive. And in the end, he was always the one being hunted down by the Quillen. That was actually, I would say, a very difficult feat as well. Because, again, Quillen, the power of that hero is not just on the critical strikes, not just on the lifesteal, but also invisibility. Whenever he wants to go for the engage, usually he gets the target as long as he sets his eyes on it.
So again, that has been game 1 with our DG Ladies securing the first game of our last series for this tournament. But of course, this is a best of 5 match. We still have 2, 3 games left.
Maximum or minimum 2 games.
Yeah.
So EVOS Esports still not out of contention at all. For sure in this one.
That was so good though. But I think it's just... What moment was that? I mean, there are a handful of times that EVOS Esports was able to catch Lil, and they did target Lil a lot, especially Tilanas. But I think that that's a bit of a wrong move because Lil was really tanky and there was still lifesteal. So by the time that Lil is down to the last bar of her health, other members from DG Ladies already there responding, like the one in the mid lane wherein Anas got taken down instead of Lil being taken down.
Yeah, I feel like the Talanas just worked wonders in the early game, but afterwards, time went on. He just could not find a good position, especially against Equil and even the Nacroft. Tazy's Nacroft, a big difference from what it used to be in the previous matches on this tournament. So, EVOS Esports, they really need to get this together. And of course, DG Ladies, wow. They pick up the composition, they make sure that it works. And they're not showing any signs of slowing down at all.
That was very phenomenal. But of course, that was just game 1. We have yet to see more action from our lovely all-girls teams for Arena of Valor. Speaking of Arena of Valor, this is the brackets for the tournament.
Yeah, 1-0 so far. EVOS Esports had a 2-1 victory earlier against GGWP Ladies. This time around, that exhaustion seems to be really carrying over to this one as well.
But EVOS Esports was able to hold out though. I guess you're right, fatigue is a factor, but I guess EVOS was just opting for a more quick game, like they're not built to last or they're not programmed to last in that game 1.
Yeah, that game 1 definitely wanted to have, I thought they had it actually. Thought they would have that late game insurance policy with the Telanas and the Nacroft, which usually is very strong once you get those items, but apparently placement is just the biggest challenge in that previous series. Placing where the Telanas was, make sure trying to fight against a teamie as well. That teamie really did a big number on EVOS. Great front line, something that DG Ladies really learned their lesson from, not having a front line, especially when that happened against Luna in the previous matches as well. So again, overall, it was very difficult to stop that, even with the Baldom. Surprisingly, even with Baldom's Wild Prison, no one actually got caught for a long time. Not that impactful, and in the end, they were just scruffling around the base, staring that crystal core down.
I actually want to see how a series would be if Illumia and Valheim got open. But let's see in game 2 if they're gonna give those heroes up. Do not forget to share the live stream, and everyone, again, this is Grand Finals. Game 2, EVOS Esports versus DG Ladies.
DG Ladies making a strong case for the championship here with that very hard-fought first game. But what gives me some light of hope for EVOS is that was such a long game. I'm not sure if that was because the draft was just so difficult to beat as well, or was it just that EVOS really wanted to arrive in the late game at the same time. But they really made it look like it was not an easy game for DG Ladies to take, and I really think because of that, really have a lot of hope for this team. Yeah.
Surprisingly, I think that game was really, really close. It just so happened that DZ Ladies was able to storm and get more turrets down compared to EVOS PH. So of course, ban after ban for the side of these two teams. But let's see who will be the first pick onto the side of EVOS Esports, who is now on the left side.
Yeah, no Hayate and no Violet for DG Ladies. Illumia still not going to be showing the combo. Again, being given away that Baldom Omen this time around, surprisingly. Banning out their own priorities here in the previous game.
Delana's being the priority for DG Ladies right now. It's like, we're gonna show you how to use Delana's right now. And pair that off with the Baldom, so that's a very good combination. Sephara being the first pick for EVOS Esports, since Sephara wasn't banned earlier, so they're gonna try to maybe switch things up after Aloria. Let's go with the Sephara.
Yeah, Sephara definitely making a strong case as well. For EVOS, this has been historically great in keeping marksmen alive, controlling the mid game as well. So Like these picks coming up here from the side of EVOS. Wait and see though what kind of front line they're thinking about here.
Fennec locked in. Apparently they left Fennec open, so one time, I guess, just to have an assurance. But Varus making a debut finally in this series.
Varus has been highly prioritized by a lot of teams here in the FSL. With a balance, lot of potential in the mid game, a little weak in the early game when you have to really get those items. When you do, usually that ultimate really closes out a lot of matches.
Actually, the thing that I like about Varus is not just her skills per se. It's that every 3 or 4 auto attack, the thing she swirls her weapons around, because that causes a lot of damage. Connect that with her ultimate, which is basically, I don't know, just shoving a mountain of spikes straight into the face of your enemies. Liliana gets banned though, so we won't be seeing any Liliana in this game too.
I think Liliana is already a classic when it comes to these teams, especially for DG ladies. Liliana has been controlling that mid game a lot. Also something that Sephira doesn't usually want to deal with, so not surprised as well with that ban right there. Again, more of tanks. Looking for more tank bans probably for DG ladies, but they opt to go for Ryoma, removing possibility of someone diving off on Florentino right away in the early game, usually when they go solo on the top lane. And at the same time, you still have that Irie open. A lot of dueling can still happen. Quillen as well as the Richter.
Is Omen open?
Omen's banned out.
Sad about who for him. But anyway, Florentino and Telanes, that's gonna be a very strong combo for DG ladies. Yelchan gets banned out though. EVOS does not want to see any of that very solid lockdown. Follow it up, add it up with Telanes and Florentino's possible damage output. That's gonna spell bad for them.
Yeah, Florentino gonna be one of those heroes that really should save the game here for DG ladies. I'm not 100% sure whether or not that's going to face off strongly against whoever's going to be picked up here, because again, there's still a possibility of a Quillen. Usually I like to see those fights. Not sure yet whether this is going to be a tank pickup or they're just going to leave the tanking up to the ball.
Lindis gets picked up by our ladies right here. So let's see who will be the last 2 heroes to complete the draft for EVOS Esports. Again, do not forget to share the live stream, guys. Like the page because we have more tournaments ahead of you. Kirknack being hovered and locked in right here.
And very solid as well as a dive. Something that can deal with Telanes pretty steadily. Like I said, Irie is something that can deal with Florentino. Expect a lot of 1v1 plays, Florentino versus Irie on the solo lanes. However, of course, a Kirknack still a solid pickup as well against Lindis. You can't just run away from this guy that easily. Florentino might have a problem with that as well, but of course he has more sustain. Expecting a lot of ganks on the top lane though. Irie and Kirknack will make short work of this.
And Flash being hovered and locked in, so I guess that's probably gonna go to Akasha or to Honest.
Probably for the mid lane, yeah. Flash is definitely a mid lane fighter, a mid lane mage rather, for to counter that Sephira. A lot of poke damage, and the problem with that is, of course, Sephira does also have a lot of sustain. The water wall with water spirits, very easy to just sustain and live in team fights.
And that is the draft for our game 2 here in the grand finals. Both pretty standard, but they each have their very own charm and pros and cons. So let us know what you think here in the comments. And again, do not forget to share the live stream, guys. This is game 2. If DG Ladies is able to secure this, they are just one game away from securing the title of the Queens for FSL Circuit's AOV.
That's right. Should be a very interesting matchup here again. Whether or not this Baldwin pick is gonna work better for DG Ladies this time around rather than EVOS. And of course, the Fennec is something everyone just likes to watch out for. Fennec usually can burst down a lot of objectives early on and also take down big chunks of HP from any heroes that usually you get encounter in the early game. So wait and see what these teams have to offer. Again, the Flash, I like games with the Flash just because it's just so easy. It's so hard to keep track of this guy. You know, observers usually just have a hard time dashing in and out for this.
Well, he is called the fastest man alive for a reason.
5 seconds.
Anyway, we are loaded up into Guitar's Battlefield once more. Game 2, EVOS Esports versus DG Ladies. EVOS, we have Lynn on the Irie, Tazy on the Crickneck, Rivalda on the Sphera, Pixie on that Fennec, and of course, Varus having on the LW.
A very early aggression from the Flash here at the mid lane, enough to zone people from EVOS Esports out. I'm still looking at the Varus pick right here though, because she's very, like what I said, she's very conditional. So it's a matter of, will EVOS be able to snowball with this lineup?
That's right. Lineup, of course, that they're going to be facing off is Lil on the Baldum, Akasha on the Lindis, Gigi Myung, Florentino, Rinko on the Talanas, Fortin mid lane for the Flash.
So everyone just gonna be in their slow paced game for now. It's gonna farm and clear out waves and mind their own business. You won't be seeing any flashy ganks and flashy plays, but when it looks like Lynn gets called out here, Digi Myung not gonna stop anytime soon. She wants to take this advantage, but Lynn was able to get away with it, was able to skate alive in that top lane.
Yeah, having to use all the free dashes of triple dash. Still a very hard fought game. Florentino just so good in the early game because of the sustain that we have on this guy. There you go. Pixie on the Fennec just bursting a big chunk of health from Lil. Freeman ganked on the bottom lane though.
Oh no, Talana says hello, but of course Lil jumps in, knocks Pixie up, and Fordham is here as well as a very nice 4-woman gank in the bot lane, but they were not able to follow it up. Sephora says hello, along with LW, and now EVOS is the one charging DG Ladies, and now DG Ladies is just forced to disengage.
EVOS still making sure that they don't lose out the bottom lane that easily. So Dragon of course going to be a very easy target for EVOS to take down because of that Fennec, but of course they're not giving that much priority. It's still top lane being babied up. Like I said earlier, Irie and Crickneck on the top lane is going to be a big thing in this matchup.
So Kasha just, we're not seeing much of her yet, but DG Myung was actually really good. Wait, this is Dragon being secured by DG Ladies right here. They do not want to give up any solid objectives. Varus, they tried to steal that though, but just didn't work out.
Yeah, obviously it's a bit easy for EVOS to just go for the Dragon, but you have to be careful. DG has access to that backline. Easier to steal from afar, especially with the composition that they have. Lil on the Baldum can distract a lot of people while that Dragon gets taken care of.
No kills yet. 3 minutes in, but wait, oh no, looks like Fordham is in it for a bad time. Was able to get away though, but I guess EVOS Esports doesn't just want to overextend or overstay their welcome right there, because it could spell bad for them given that there's not any first blood yet.
Yeah, I feel like the first blood is just not that big of an importance for EVOS bottom lane. What they're trying to do is just not let Pixie die.
Protect Pixie is the game, but because of protecting Pixie, they actually allowed the bottom lane turret to go down. Digi Myung gets stunned right there. Lynn and this Gretz Brand having a competition, but of course Daisy says hello, but Gigi Myung was able to get away by just the nick of time. That was perfect timing from her.
And mid lane still under control here by EVOS, not for long. Flash is there, he has a Cyclone ready and could pull the trigger any time here. Gotta be very careful. EVOS, they're still waiting, see if they can catch someone. Tazy, he is itching to go for the dives here. Again, just gonna be pulled off steady. Pixie on the bottom lane has one less tower to fall on.
I actually like the evades and ganks that EVOS Esports is doing, but I guess they don't have that burst damage yet, or whenever they do try to do something, ladies isn't able to disengage like that one. Flash enough to just zone them out and force them to go back or take a step back in the mid lane.
It's very exciting to see actually the EVOS taking a lot of risks in this game. Well, not on the bottom lane, but mostly on the top lane. Really trying to make use of the Varus pick.
Oops, Lil of course targeting this Pixie. Pixie trying to get away, and that is a two-woman gang in the bot lane, but Pixie was able to get away by the sneak of her life, and the next target will be Lil, but Lil is now under turret. Man, those are always very close call fights or invades.
This one not so close here, Tazy.
Oh,
Lin.
one hit away!
What? He didn't die. Wow, that was
Just
actually
one.
pretty amazing.
One
But,
hit away.
yeah, that's the sustain that you get from the Florentino. A surprise burst of health, picking up a pack. Maybe when they go for a duo as well.
I guess they disengaged there because they saw Akasha rotating over to the top lane, and EVOS able to secure one good objective, which is the Abyssal Dragon.
That's right for Lil going for the Baldom. Wild Prism into an objective usually can do that and stop the Abyssal Dragon. You try to reset it, that didn't happen that time around.
Alright, so now EVOS Esports, they have the slight, just very, very slight map control here for the game for them. Just gonna stay under to try to play it safe right now. And LW gonna maybe try to go to the bot lane.
Alright,
Wait.
well, wanna go for
I
it.
thought something was gonna happen. They will wait for them, jumps in. Will they be able to take Daisy down? Apparently the answer is no. And now the ladies going over to the bot lane. They want to knock out Pixie. They want to actually shut her down, but Pixie was able to get away with the help of Ravida. And now 4 people in the mid lane for EVOS Esports. They're gonna jump in. Will Lin actually get caught out? Gigi Myung gets stunned or gets knocked down, but was able to escape.
Just want to go and clear that tower. Super speed on out of there. Mach Punch not going to be able to steal the buff. And GG Myung going to have to walk on out. Water Spirit tries to chase him, but will be stopped by the Wild Prism here. The rest of EVOS going to be slowed down by a huge amount. They try to go for the dive. Will they do it? I don't think so. Water Wall doesn't catch anyone. That's going to be it for that.
There were no creeps as well. There is now, and I think it was an overextend for Lil. Oh no, Lil received a lot of damage. First blood finally going over to the side of EVOS Esports, and now Forlem says hello, but that's a lot of third hits going over to EVOS Esports. That's a good try. They were able to get first blood. Now they're just gonna back away.
Yeah, it's easy. Actually, I thought he was going to go for something there. But Rivaldo's actually the one who is in danger. Does not want to give away too much. Pixie trying to get some damage into this Florentino. GG Myung, he is not surviving at all. That's a lot of damage. Now it's going to be Darkslayer very early on. 8 minutes in the game. GG ladies, they really want to get this done.
Also not the first damage at the mid lane, but I guess these EVOS not seeing that the Darkslayer had been taken down or was being eyed by EVOS Esports, so there's more gold and more advantage for the side of DG for now.
Yep, Water Wall not going to catch that guy again. Super speed on out there. Of course, that is the power of the Flash. He pokes on and gets some gold, and then goes back to where he was. Florentino, though, might get caught out here. Very aggressive move by EVOS on the bottom.
Red Fence Tower has been taken down, so slowly but surely. Wait, Ravida gets caught out. Gigi Myung look at the damage output from this girl, but Ravida able to sustain herself, and she does get out there safe and sound.
Big burst of move speed here. Safira doesn't have Battle Spell anymore, though. Could be a big problem, especially if they want to go for the big fight. Mach Punch. Just cleared the wave and resets. That tower is actually quite low.
I honestly thought Flash was gonna jump in and try and make the fight with Safira, but I guess they didn't think it was worth it.
And they didn't want to deal with that at all for the meantime. Of course, top lane, we still have Lin trying to deal with this situation that we have with the Drake being spawned. Tower will go down in mid lane, but will it be enough to stop this push from DG ladies?
All right. So, wait, LW was alone, but she jumped in. Is that a good idea? But if of course, was able to save her teammate. And now look at the life bars of EVOS. PE is able to take. They were able to bag 1 kill though, but the sustain from the Drake is just too much. Lynn was able to bag 1 kill, and another blue defense turret being taken down. That was a 3-4-4. Wait.
It's actually 4-0 right now. The DG ladies, they're actually behind in gold, but they're just giving away turrets left and right. 4-0 is not an easy thing to do against DG ladies, but it's happening right now.
But they have the pop, and now they're just storming in that bot lane. They technically don't even care about clashes right now. They just want to focus on the towers and get the Abyssal Dragons.
Sneaky here. 2 turrets. Really quickly, did not have enough time to go for the Abyssal Dragon though, so for the meantime, that might just go to EVOS because everyone is just not in a position. However, it's taking a long time here. Rivalda all alone could be countered and stolen very easily. Taz is here, Pixie as well.
Are DG ladies somewhere there? Apparently, the answer is no. EVOS eSport ever able secure Abyssal Dragon with DG ladies just forced to clear out the wave here at the mid lane. Now there's no wait for the proper time to strike. They're waiting for an opening or maybe to catch someone off guard.
Yeah, DG ladies playing excessively safe here in this game. Maybe just waiting for the Florentino to ramp up here, especially Kasha on the Lindis.
Gets bursted down, ultimate going over to EVOS, and Tazzy is the next target, but Flash just decided to disengage. They were able to bag 1 kill, so slowly but surely EVOS eSports, they are getting the advantage and the momentum that they need. Now they're gonna storm tower, turret after turret is apparently being taken down by the blue side.
Marks cleared, 16,000 health, not really that much, especially against firepower here of EVOS. Tazzy wins that 5-0 on kill score, 6,000 goal lead for the blue side here. EVOS is really roaring this one again.
They just needed 1 good push or 1 good pickoff, and from there they are gonna snowball rotating over here at the top lane. But I think DG ladies has a bit of a more damage output. They just having that EVOS eSports, they're the ones having a great time with the positioning.
Right. And very difficult here for DG ladies with that Drake wailing on that tower. Could be bad, and this would be a very dead tower if they don't do something about this. Just like EVOS, they're just also waiting for DG to make that move.
Lil jumps in, but that was a bit of a misclick on the ultimate from LW, and another red defense tower being taken down here at the mid lane. Lil no gets caught out, will he actually stunned. The setup that EVOS needed is right there under their noses, but Lady was able to just back away. They're now locked into their very own base. They just need 1 good clash to either end the game or turn things to their side.
I think that might happen soon, especially if the Flash can get a good setup. But looks like they're going for a different reason. Foul Florentino falls to the ground.
Alright, Lynn now the next starter, but she gets bursted down as well. But wait, that was a 2-for-1 trade so far in favor of EVOS eSports, and now they're not gonna stop. Another kill going over to DG. Ladies able to give a revenge kill from their fallen comrade. Wait, that was from EVOS eSports. Sorry, now DG ladies.
Oh, Tazzy!
But they get bursted down as well. Good initiate from this Varish. Rinko was able to shut someone down from our red team, and now they're just gonna go straight to the crystal, straight to the throne. They could possibly bag game 2. Now Lil gets stunned, but at this point I think EVOS just want to secure the game. Now there is a respawn for Gigi Myung, and she jumps in, but that's a lot, and that is too much of an overextend to try to stay alive, but apparently was not able to do so. Lil dies. Fennec, that was a nice positioning and nice damage out, but Rinko being able to take down this Lin.
Man, that was actually so close. Man, I feel like just a small confidence boost for Rinko would do a lot. Right now he's just on the back, just trying to kite, not taking any risks at all. Right now DG, they're stuck in the base again. Wow. Everyone else, EVOS waiting here. Crystal Dragon Pit.
This is what happened to EVOS in game 1, but now it's what's happening to BG. So Dragon being secured by Finnick over here, so that is more gold and more objectives going to EVOS. Now, ladies not even able to go farther away from their side of the map. They just need one good poke from Forlim or one. By the way, JG Myung gets bursted down here at the mid lane. Nice catching off guard here from EVOS Esports that they are gonna storm one main damage to the Florentino is apparently already taken down.
The lane on the bottom side as well, while all of this is happening, will provide some time for Dark Slayer to be taken care of. It's a free v1 lane, no problem surviving whatsoever on the Irie, just being a badass there.
So they're already up for contention right there, but I don't think EVOS will leave the lane unattended. Now they're gonna wait for Florentino to spawn and then maybe recuperate and then try to go another clash or be on defense.
They also have the Drake to push, so it's gonna be very easy to go for the push water walls for Rivalda. Sets up the team fight a little better, softens up the target here.
Lil gets pulled in, but will she get taken? And apparently not. Lil is not the main target here for EVOS Esports. She is just at the front line. Jin Young trying to hunt someone as well, but for now EVOS Esports is gonna focus on the enraged Abyssal Dragon.
Finnick not doing too shabby here. Beautiful positioning, a lot better than what we've seen from Natasha and Rinko, but I gotta say Florentino, the Flash, is not doing that much damage in the team fight. It's a very underwhelming Cyclone, and Gigi Myung getting caught out a lot in this game.
Mid-game, that's technically where the Flash was doing pretty well, but I don't think she was able to bag in the kills and ramp up on damage, so that's why right now they're a bit struggling. Lin entering the base, and of course someone jumps in from the side of DG. Is that the right moment? Apparently it is not, but that works well for EVOS Esports. We're able to bag 2 kills, but someone goes down on the side as well. They're able to bag another kill. That was a 2-for-1 trade in favor of EVOS Esports, but now they're just waiting at the base. They're waiting for someone to overextend. They're just waiting and clearing out the waves to make sure that no one or even the waves will be able to escape the base of PG Lady.
Rivalda really wants to get that damage on the Rinko Tower, not even a problem right now for EVOS. This could be a push onto the core here.
Gordon jumps in there, used her ultimate, but the life bars are going down. But look at that, EVOS Esports just focusing onto the crystal, and that is the game 2 going over to them.
That was another long fought battle, 17 minutes, with EVOS Esports finally get one over against the DG Ladies.
And we are now tied. Everyone has 1 point. So I guess game 3 will be pretty exciting. I won't be surprised if we reach game 5, honestly. Because even in game 2, I think that was still pretty close. It just so happened that, who was that? I think it started when EVOS Esports was able to do a pick-off on Gigi Myung. So Gigi Myung was just forced to stay at the back line, and Lil was doing a great time and having the time of her life, just staying and being the buff tank in the front line. But thing is, she was being ignored by EVOS. They know who their supposed target is, the main damage dealers.
I feel like that's just so smart of EVOS as well. Basically, focusing on the Florentino once they really hammered down on that top lane, helping the Irie get ahead, and with the use of Tazi this time around, a beautiful game on the Crickneck. It was just really good to see these guys in action. That's what Tazi that I really saw in the previous series that did not really shine. This time around, made a good case for that team fight.
And I gotta give it to Sephora. It worked wonders in that game, catching enemy off guard or slowing them for a bit, and from there they're just gonna try and burst them down, or of course try to just zone them out. But wait guys, don't worry, this is just game 2. We have possibly 3 more games, so Again, this is EVOS Esports versus DG Ladies, our lovely all-female teams from Indonesia.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see these guys as well in action. Can't believe it was that easy for them to win that game in the end, even though there was a Telanas, which a lot of us actually kind of expect to be such a big headache. Was a lot easier for us to deal with, so for EVOS rather, to deal with.
Yeah, surprisingly, I didn't feel the full-on damage on Telanas right there. Maybe she was just doing the initial damage, but if we're talking about bursting down or finishing the kill, no, I wasn't able to see that.
Yeah, a big shame as well. I feel like Telanas could have done more. Maybe if Rinka was just a tad bit more confident with the plays that they were doing, and that did not happen. Unfortunately, of course, EVOS will be tying this up again 1-1. So should be a very interesting battle. Should get rid of any jitters from EVOS Esports' side as well.
Just gonna recuperate, breathe in, because they need to reset as we load into Game 3. We're just waiting for the ladies to load into the lobby. Of course,
That's right.
Don't forget to share the live stream, like the page. We're not only casting for AOV here. We don't only have AOV as tournament. There's a lot more in store, a lot more games to all the fans out there. But of course, wait for further announcements.
Yep, we'll be going on a break for like 2 minutes. We come back game 3. And EVOS Esports versus DG Ladies. Stick around.
Circuit Grand Finals for AOV. This is Game 3 between EVOS Esports and DG Ladies. Without further ado, we are your casters. I'm Hugo.
And of course, I am Rockhard. We are heading into Game 3 draft for DG Ladies versus EVOS Esports. Walking off on into the draft. We're already locked in with a Valheim and an Illumiabet.
These two won't be seeing the light of day. These are most probably respect bans to our lovely ladies. If Sephora being banned out as well because she was exceptional in that game.
Really exceptional. Sephora just did a lot of work that stopped basically the whole rotation, the whole momentum of that Telanas pick. Even I feel like even the Lindis pick was just not able to hunt people down because of how high the tempo was and played up against Sephora. So now Violet first pick for DG Ladies. I'm not sure if this is a great idea though. I feel like the Fennec just rips through this whenever she comes near. Violet, however, does take a long time, but when he does, he really does do quite a number.
Well, they could ban out Fennec, assuming that EVOS Esports won't lock that in immediately. However, Senyo locking that in. Hayate most probably gonna be locked in as well. So, I mean, the past 2 games, they're relatively long. So I guess Violet can survive up until the late game.
Senyo, interestingly enough, finally making an appearance here. Used to be one of the most picked heroes in Arena of Valor. Now only used for a pretty few number of compositions, but I'm very glad still making an appearance here today. Yat as well, having a great time again for EVOS historically. We just have to check out if it will work this time around as well.
Well, I guess it's a hover on Diao-chan. Yes, she is open. They lock that in immediately, securing Timmy. They're securing that for Lil, and they don't want EVOS Esports to actually have that.
Timmy again.
Very solid.
First game already showed us the power of a Timmy pick whenever it's used properly. And a simple booty boots on the ground can actually set up Diao-chan for a pretty solid ultimate. So I'm really waiting for the Diao-chan as well to make a solid pickup. Again, you can never underestimate the Diao-chan, especially when you get a diamond, a chilling cross, a diamond dust combo with a blizzard. So that's something that we'll have to wait and see with this Timmy and Diao-chan combo.
Omen being picked up by EVOS right here.
I know, yeah, exactly. Omen is actually one of the picks that did not work out for EVOS in the first game. So I'm a little bit surprised to see that Omen is gonna be in the pickings here and will be locked in as well.
Well, the EVOS did come off in a win for game 2. Maybe they're willing to give it another try. Maybe they're gonna have a different plan. Maybe focus more on not being, I don't know, maybe caught off guard or being pressured at their lanes. Liliana being banned out here. You don't want to see any good plays from LW.
LW looks like not really sure without Liliana. Of course, still very much a comfort pick. EVOS as well, making sure that their own Killgrot doesn't make an appearance once more and just steamrollers the composition like what happened in the first game in the series.
Surprisingly, we only saw one Killgrot, but just after that one game, Killgrot immediately got banned. So it's goes to show how effective and good they were, or Killgrot was in that game. Trixie being banned out here, they don't need that solid support with their very good knockup. And also her ultimate is a very solid AOV. Put in some burst or mage items, it's gonna hurt a lot. It's gonna be enough to force your enemies to back away.
Yeah, making the case here that they just want to avoid some poke damage. They want to avoid that long range harass, crowd controls here. Making sure that EVOS will be limited in that regard. They get a crazy ban, but Varus will be the answer here. Not 100% sure that's a good call, but damage has been historically pretty good, especially when EVOS picks it up.
Maybe Varus is a pick to go 1v1 against a Diao-chan. I mean, if she is able to pull Diao-chan back and just evade her lockdown, members from EVOS can just burst Diao-chan down and maybe rotate over to Violet. But however, on Zephys right now, and let's see who will be the fourth pick for our DG lane. They're taking their sweet time. They need, I guess, one more damage dealer.
Going for a tank instead? Or I guess you could go for that. A bit of a solid composition from DG Ladies with a good front line, Arduin and the Teamy. And Zephys is a bit of an odd man out. Will probably be left to solo the lane if not the Arduin have someone roam around and just make sure the mid lane doesn't get overrun. However, the Omen is a pretty solid pick to counter that as well. So Zephys might have a hard time in this game.
If EVOS has Omen, I personally think DG Ladies has Violet. So these two, maybe they're even in the same lane. We don't know. Maybe they're just gonna, not show themselves in the map and just wait up until the first half of the mid game jumps in. So we are gonna load into our game 3 in a bit.
Before we go, of course, don't forget, share the stream. Tag your friends in the chat. Let us know who you think is gonna come out on top this game 3. Will it be a DG Ladies win? Or do you think EVOS Esports has the momentum this time around to just keep the ball rolling?
Let's see. Of course, not forget to share this page and share the live stream. So you know what, also if you want to see the brackets, we actually showed that earlier but you haven't seen it, click that pinned comment challenge, the link right there. You will see how our day 1 up to today, the day 3 progressed.
Now, the win conditions for each team are pretty straightforward. A strong Violet for DG Ladies and a solid Hayate Lindis combo for the side of EVOS Esports. However, Teamy, of course, in the Diao-chan could probably control that mid lane quite effectively. Let's wait and see whether or not that's going to be the case here as we load up into game 3, DG Ladies versus EVOS Esports. Of course, on the left, going to be DG Ladies Akasha on the Zephys, Lil on the Teamy Rinko on the Violet for them. On the Diao-chan and GG Mio on the Arduin, EVOS will have Revolda on that Senil, LW on the Varus, Lin on the Omen, Kazi on the Lindis, Pixie on the Hayabusa.
Curious to see how Varus will perform in the hands of LW because, well, I'm just gonna say it. LW on Liliana was exceptional. The ganks and just the surprise attacks, even the chase potential was really good. Varus, she's all about the chase as well. But wait, here we go. LW, speak of the devil, actually got caught out there
that.
and Pixie got stunned, but there was no follow up. Maybe since EVOS Esports is trying to do an invade, DG ladies just wanted to protect their buff.
I'm not sure if that was in the plans there of DG, or sorry, of EVOS, but they sure got rattled there a little bit by the rotation of DG ladies.
And gets knocked up, but just decided to back away. Of course, Evo's not gonna stop with the invade. They still want to starve their opponents off the farm 1v1 here at the bot lane, but that's just a handful of love taps since they're both pretty tanky. Well, Hayate is pretty soft, but Lil just don't have enough damage output yet. Farden, they're gonna retreat for now, gonna stay under turret. Well, Varus and Ravida going over to the jungle area, going towards the top lane.
Very excited for level 4 here for them. And Yao Chan and Teamy again, we're still waiting for that combo to make an appearance. We saw Pixie having a hard time in the bottom lane as the Hayate. This could be a pretty easy Abyssal Dragon take here. In the bottom lane.
Oh, a superhero landing, but of course Ravida was able to get away. She got locked down for a bit though, but she didn't mind receiving a handful of damage yet. So far, no solid damage output yet, but they are focusing on just the objectives.
Everyone from Evo starting to collapse here around the Abyssal Dragon area. Akasha dives in, tries to go for a steal, will not have it. Pixie gets it up. Then, well, will be locked in. No ultimate yet for that Yao Chan, but still gets first blood.
Alrighty, and now this is the chance for DG ladies, and Lil actually jumps in trying to chase down this Pixie, but double kill going over to Diao Chan. This is why you ban that Diao Chan.
So much area of effect. Crowd control did not even need the ultimate in that exchange. Just went all out with chilling. Frost. My god.
They just need ice. They don't technically need damage to do something there. But of course, Pixie tries to zone out these people from the bot lane. Get away. We are protecting our bot lane turret, and Varus tries to chase the option there, but just decided to disengage. Daisy's just gonna farm out here and funnel up. Wait for the items to go in, and roughly 4 minutes in, that is a 3 versus 0 kill score in favor of Lady.
Despite that though, they're still behind. Surprisingly, 3-0, but behind by 500 gold. Quick rotations paying off here for EVOS Esports. DG just trying to exert their dominance right now in the field.
I think the initiates won't matter much or won't be too pressured on the outside because they're gonna look at Jimmy Young's knockout. Speaking of being knocked out, Bill jumps in, was able to stun Pixie, but there was not a follow-up on Rinko. But hello, here goes for them. Probably gonna try to bait out that Pixie to try and go in and engage, but Pixie is a long range hero. Varus jumps in. She gets stunned. She received a lot of damage from Rinko right here.
Yeah.
And LW is there as well here at the front line. Wasn't able to pull that Akasha, but Lynx was able to take down Jimmy Young at the mid lane or top lane. I think that was top lane.
That's right there on the top lane. However, it's Dragon. It'll be a big area of contention here. DG still very healthy around the bottom lane. And Angelic Splendor is now still on cooldown because of that engage on the bottom side. So that Senyo not going to be able to respond just with the ultimate.
Okay, Ravida right here jumps towards Ringo, but look at the damage out of it. A beautiful follow-up on the Pixie right there. Commendable, but it didn't just do the trick. They weren't able to secure a kill. There's so many resources being burned.
EVOS, they have a pretty good grasp of this game while it is going on longer and longer. have everything they want. They're in a position where they're getting the FSL Dragon. They're getting all the gold on the map to almost 2,000 gold lead for the red side squad.
Iron just right here, trying to maybe get the buffs, but EVOS Esports, they're at this very slowly. They're trying to invade and make sure that DG Ladies is distracted, but another red defense tower is being taken down. Where it's just at the mid lane. Daisy and Pixie just at the bot lane.
Yeah, on the top lane though, it's looking really bad here for EVOS.
She gets stunned, she gets knocked up, but there was no follow from Akasha. But now here we go, hello, says this Ravida. She jumps in, able to catch Gigi Myung, but of course here goes the fourth, a very nice time, and here goes Daisy as well, who will die first. Looks like she's being boxed in, apparently she does go down. That is one very intense death from the side of EVOS. Isabel Jimmy being chased. She is very slow. I don't think she was even enough. She's not gonna last right there. And 4 members for EVOS Esports chasing. There's the 4 of them right now. Someone does want to teleport but cancels as well. Lynn gets stunned. Daisy just gonna mind her own business for now. That was a 1-for-2 trade in favor of EVOS Esports.
Fortum didn't even have the chance to use the ultimate. That's how fast-paced EVOS is playing in this game. Right now, LW pretty bad position, but will be able to get away nonetheless. Rinko still not in any position to actually take team fights.
She actually has the damage now. But speaking of damage, looks like Ravida, one of the main damage dealers and a solid initiator here, got targeted by a Lil LW. Just gonna go over there at the mid lane, and Pixie just still taking her time with the farm. Ravida, oh no, she gets money up by Jimmy on 1v1 right here. Who will win? But of course, LW is there to save the day. I got you, fam, said LW, and Rico just gonna clear out the jungle area right here.
You'd want to go for that Abyssal Dragon soon. Get that Cruise Eagle for vision. Rinko still sniping on the long ranges. LW just itching and trying to see if he can catch someone with a snare. Not happening anytime soon. DG Lady is also playing really safe in this one.
An ideal setup for EVOS Esports. One of the ideal setups at least. But by the way, Lynn gets knocked out. But of course, Tazi is right there as well. But the damage is not enough. Looks like Lynn will just be forced to back away. Hello, says Ravida. They were able to box in 2 members from DG Ladies. And that is 1 casualty on the side of the ladies. As I was saying, an ideal setup for EVOS Esports is Ravida jumps in, and Veres, or LW, will use her ultimate. That will dish out a lot of damage, and maybe Dixie can just free hit since she has quite some range just free from the sides.
Yeah, free hit. Yeah, exactly what is going to happen here for sure. As well, for EVOS is going for the mid. Power goes down quite easily, elevates that gold lead almost 4,000.
I think that is because of the snowball that Ravida has. I mean, the damage output from Pixie is okay, but she's not quite there yet. Like, there's still, you can still up the damage for a handful more numbers.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Pixie is just on the way to being activated here on the Hayate. Bottom lane should be an easy target, no one to contest. Top lane though, becoming a different story. 3v1. Blizzard takes down Lynn finally.
They realize Ravida is the one with the solid initiative, so let's try to box her down, but she dives away from the crowd, still under turret, and I think that there was a backup, but a bit too late to the party. Akasha rotating over to the mid lane. They don't actually have any target there, but they forgot Pixie. Pixie is just staying at the bot lane, able to bag 2 turrets.
Rivaldo just bullying his way towards the jungle here of DG Lady. Gets that buff as well. Tries to at least, but will not actually be successful. Physical Dragon, another easy target for EVOS. That goal is gonna start to skyrocket.
Physical Dragon killed by EVOS right here. Man, EVOS, they have the control, they are having a good time, but wait, again, Nothing lasts in this game. What can DG ladies do though is maybe, at least maybe, take or catch Ravida by surprise with Akasha jumps in, targeting Pixie forced to go back there on the turn stickers out, but apparently they still want to go with the chase bearers right there. Wrinkle snipes her down, but it just wasn't enough. GG Miyong forced to defend the top lane with two members of EVOS Esports apparently split pushing there at the top lane. One blue defense started being taken down as well. LW tried to use her ultimate, was able to pull someone right there, but they both get stunned, and now Lil right there and Akasha tried to save her team, but now she is a sacrificial lamb. Look at the life bars of DG ladies right now being demolished. Another kill going over to EVOS Esports, and then not anytime soon. Tazy bags another kill as well, and now two members on DG ladies forced to defend EVOS. They are storming into their enemy's base. Four of them probably already up, but that is three members of EVOS slowly and lurking into their base.
Basically ignoring the rest of DG while everyone from EVOS just goes for the tower. Dive in by Rivaldo as well. Turret did not stand a chance. Renko almost got a kill there onto Lim, but will still manage to survive. Not even 12 minutes in the game. Two inhibitor turrets already down for the side of DG ladies.
Wrinkle apparently already hurts now, so all she needs is a very good setup. But how will you get a good setup when literally Ravida can just dive into your face anytime Darkslayer has been taken down, and now ladies forced to back away? They do not want to force a fight because it could spell bad for them.
Yeah, really looking bad here for DG. I mean, even though they were trying to go for the Darkslayer, EVOS still had enough HP to actually scare them off. That's how scary EVOS is right now. Not even utilizing any ultimate. Just keeps pushing and keeps taking the fight for their favor.
Look at these two just waiting for them. We are waiting for their skills to go on. Cooldown LW down to the last 3 bars of her health. Use his ultimate to try and get away, but here at the mid lane, Pixie was able to evade a gank as well. And now DG ladies, who will be their next target? How will they recuperate right now? Lil gets caught. Oh no, she's being boxed in. Goodbye. Ravida jumps in as well. GG Miyong is the next target, but two people actually got stunned and got knocked up. Nice initiate from GG Miyong, but apparently it is just not enough. There was no follow-up, and now along with the Drake, EVOS Esports is storming into the bot lane of the DG ladies. Two of them rotating over to the mid lane. One on the top and one at the mid, while other three are applying pressure at the bot lane. Split push for days, mate.
Oh no, who do you actually focus on here? One bad call from the team here resulted in such a huge catastrophe here. 4 DG ladies, tower will go down in the middle of the fight. It's gonna be Varus LW, not afraid at all. So EVO's gonna go for the core. And I think that will be all she wrote. 2 hits will do it. They will just keep killing non-stop. The dives are real. Resurrections cupping in, but looks like it's not enough to stop EVOS from rampaging in this game. A 10,000 gold lead, and they get the core 2-1 against DG Lady.
Good defense from DG ladies right there, but they weren't able to see LW rotating over to the farther back part of the throne, and apparently that was just a game. That was game 3, so 2 points going over to EVOS Esports.
That was actually relatively quick compared to the other games that we've had today.
Yes.
EVOS really had the opening. They saw that Lil was out of position just once. 0-3-3. Lil did not die a lot in that game, but when he did in that last one, was just an unprecedented disaster for DG ladies.
It was very punishing because there was no one to absorb the damage that Ravida has to give out. Actually, I've got to commend Ravida in that game. It's not just all about the damage, but her initiates, her jumps, her dives is always so on point and so confident that EVOS Esports doesn't even mind letting her go first or jump in first before they're the ones that's gonna be in charge with the follow-up.
Yeah, that is the reason why previously a lot of the games were actually determined. A lot of the seasons past, of Arena of Valor. We've had a lot of times when that Sentinel pick just made such a big difference. Not only does it dive in and teleport globally, but it also heals your teammate. So EVOS really made full use of that guy, had a lot of tankiness, a lot of crowd control as well, and that is why we want Sentinel picks before. I mean, he was a bit nerfed, a bit adjusted, but the essence is just right there. You can really feel it.
And it worked so well for the draft of EVOS Esports. Of course, let us wait for the ladies to load into our lobby. But for now, this is the updated brackets again. And this is the grand finals. Game 3, 2 points for EVOS Esports and 1 point for DG Ladies. One match away from a victory for EVOS Esports. However, one last match will be the name of the game, or the last hope for DG Ladies.
And I hope the DG Ladies are not starting to get tired here. Very solid performance from EVOS. Could start wearing them down, and hopefully that Yao Chan pick they'll have a fix for that, because apparently no one was actually held long enough for the Blizzard to actually make a difference. So later on we'll try to find out whether or not that will be a better there's something better that DG Ladies are going to pick up, or will they just go for something just out of this world. Don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. Possibly the last game of the tournament. DG Ladies versus EVOS Esports, 2-1 so far for EVOS. We'll go in the short break. When we come back, of course, it will be possible last game, game 4 for FSL Circuit Arena of Valor.
Welcome back to FSL Circuit Arena of Valor. This is the Grand Finals, Game 4. Will we see a Game 5, or will EVOS Esports end everything in this game? We'll be your casters. I'm Yuko.
Alongside her is Rockhard. We are going to be bringing you the show here. A possible last game. EVOS Esports should go for the championship for FSL Circuit here. Let's find out who goes out on top as we head into the draft.
Moving into the pick and ban phase. First pick on the side of EVOS Esports is a Lindis.
This is actually serving EVOS pretty well, I would say, compared to DG Ladies. Obviously, DG Ladies, they went for the slow kind of draft. Did not work out. The setup for the teamie just a bit too slow, as well as the synchronization was just not there. So the Blizzard did not make a big impact yet. That's something that we're gonna have to find out if that is going to change. Omen will be locked in as well as Lancelot.
Omen was okay earlier on EVOS Esports, but I'm not so sure about Delana's now. I mean, for the day, we only had one solid Delana's gameplay. So let's see if DG Ladies will be able to break that curse. So let's wait and see who will be the second and third pick for the side of EVOS Esports.
Interestingly enough, you don't really give away too much information with the draft that we're seeing here. The Baldwin ban is pretty much, that's gone. The Illumia and the Baldwin combo, that is completely finished. Sentinel gonna be the pick here. Fix if it's working. Valda still pretty solid on Sentinel, and they will keep at it. Pixie though on the Roxy is something a little bit newer that we're gonna see.
Valheim is open though, so wait, who plays Valheim here? EVOS, right? Anyway, never mind. I'm not gonna pick that. It's more likely DG Ladies is gonna ban that out, or they won't actually pick it for themselves. L'Oreal being picked up right here. Good sustain, good initiate, but I'm still looking for a non-squishy pick here, because you know you need someone to protect your team. Liliana being banned out here. Let's see who will be the next ban for the side of EVOS Esports.
Liliana is usually a great counter to L'Oreal. I know L'Oreal is just such a mobile hero. It takes someone almost as mobile to usually go toe to toe, neck and neck, and usually that is Liliana. Removing the Sephira is also great. And Water Wall, it really stops the plans of a lot of L'Oreal players. So they don't want to deal with that at all in this game. So DG Ladies, smart play here as well, trying to work around the mid lane. Don't forget, Krillin is also going to be banned out, so they're going to be limited in the number of laners or roamers that they will be available to.
I was about to say Florentino, but I remembered he's more of a pick that stays in his own lane. There's another ban from the side of EVOS Esports. They are trying to limit the pool of tanky picks for DG Ladies.
It's a
That's
bit
how
odd,
the
though.
draft criteria. I mean, I'm not sure why they banned that hero specifically, but I think they're just trying to limit the possibilities or choices for DG Ladies.
I think that is definitely working. DG Ladies wondering what we can do to work against the Sentinel this time around. Will that Diao Chan be picked up? Very unlikely. Timmy could still work wonders, and the lock. I learned that lock is hovering it. There you go with the lock. Timmy could work well again. Kind of sets the L'Oreal up for success. Provides a safe lane for the Tel-Anas as well. The Omen is just gonna do whatever he does. Or Senyo and Omen usually will face off each other on the solo lane. It's never gonna be a kill lane until you reach like 10-minute mark. And that's the time that these guys really face each other off.
Fennec and Tolan being covered here. I'm not so sure on that Fennec pick, but if they are hovering that to, try and burst Tel-Anas down or L'Oreal, that's gonna work well for them. Crixie being hovered and logged in. Apparently they do not want a Tolan. Crixie got banned in the previous game, so now that she's free, let's see how EVOS Esports will insert her into their draft.
Very unlikely that the Tolan was going to be picked up anyway. I feel like they just have too much in line. They have too many people to protect already. Crixie is going to be there just to help out Fennec as well. If they lane together, it should be an easy kill lane. So I'm looking forward to that. On the bottom lane, Fennec and Crixie, but Crixie could go just straight on the mid lane and hold off against L'Oreal. I mean, he's not necessarily going to go for the kills, but definitely will be able to hold that lane long enough. And maybe, just maybe, the Fennec will be done farming by the time the mid lane needs more attention.
I remember that in game 2 or 3, Fennec was alone in the bot lane, so maybe they're gonna redo that. But the last pick for the side of DG Ladies will be a Ryoma.
Ryoma, not bad at all. I would say kind of in the middle here. I was surprised. I was expecting Omen to go for solo, but Ryoma definitely gonna be one pretty strong on the roams. So, question mark is, who's gonna go for solo, Ryoma or Omen? Most likely Omen, but I want to see Ryoma also just have a hard time here in this game.
Well, we see Ryoma trying to roam around in different games, so I guess both teams, they want to do something different now to try and open up one of their surprises. So again, this is game 4, possible last game if EVOS Esports is able to bag this. But if they don't, we will move further into a game 5. Who will be your winner? Who is your top pick? Share the live stream, like the page, and support the lovely ladies right here.
Yep, slow it down. Maybe, just maybe, DG can push it into a game 5. But we have to take note, in that previous game, Revolga just really went crazy here on the Senyo. Just controlled so many lanes, allowed a lot of damage dealers for EVOS to really shine. And I won't be surprised if that happens again in this one. Of course, there is still a L'Oreal. That's a big difference maker as well in this one, in the Ryoma. So maybe we'll see something get shaken up here.
Honestly, there are moments wherein a certain draft doesn't need to focus on initiates. Like, they can just literally dive in and just catch or take someone down off guard. But I strongly believe that for these two teams lineup, they're initiate dependent, like on the L'Oreal or maybe even from Revida right here for EVOS.
That's right, of course. Game 4, ladies and gentlemen, EVOS Esports versus the EG Ladies on the blue side. That's Lynn on the Roxy Tazzy on the Lindis, Revolda on the Senyo, Pixie on the Fennec, LW, the Crixie, DG, Ladies, Ringo on Talanas, Fortum on the L'Oreal, Lil on the Teamy, Kasha on the Ryoma, roaming around, and GG Mio on the Omen.
But Rico is actually the Ravida zoned out that still for a bit. Rinko is back on her Talana. So let's see if DG Ladies will be able to, change or switch something up. Or maybe we can, we saw the record of Rinko's Talanas, and honestly it was really shocking or overwhelming because she's really good with this hero. But Lil says hello to Ravida right here. Man, these two supporters, these two tanks are just going at it.
Yeah, not surprising at all that Lil just tries to stay near the mid lane, because there's also a possibility to take out that Crixie if he goes into a wrong position, especially right now. No ultimate yet that they need to be scared of. Right now, dive in onto Revolta though. That's 3 people from DG taking care of business. First blood to the L'Oreal.
Earliest first blood here in the grand finals. And this is why you shouldn't roam alone, I guess, even though it's just the early game, because the roam and the pressure from DG Ladies right now is really immense, given that Jay-Z and half of other members is already at level 4. They have their ultimates ready for Papa.
Yep, level 4 on the top lane is also very near. This Dragon will go over to DG because of that. Fennec not in a position to contest yet, not even level 4 yet. Halfway to 4 rather, and Talanas just facing off against each other.
See, not yet on level 4. They are taking their sweet time with their farming. And of course, this Ryoma just trying to steal buffs or farm from both side, but Revive is able to stun Yujin Young right here. But of course, Fortum decides to join the party. Ultimate from Crixie is just not enough. Links along with Taizi came in a handful of 7th place, so they just forced disengage. LW got caught out. She got stunned, but now she is safe under turret. Link's able to take down Digimion though at the top lane.
Yeah, that was because the ultimate was already expended for the Omen there, bottom lane, and then Bade here from DG gonna be faced off with Pixie. He's caught in a really bad position. Pixie tried to roll on out of there. Of course, will still be a relatively safe lane, but DG, they're starting to really flex those muscles.
Flex those feminine muscles. That was a nice try from Pixie, but she almost got boxed in. Good thing though, she was able to escape. Now Lynch's gonna clear out these neutral jungle camps. The DG ladies, I realized they're taking their time with the engage. But here, Digimion receives a lot of damage and things just there in the backline. But of course, Akasha says hello as well. Lynx got pulled in. Will they be able to get away? Digimion, that is a lot of damage. And Ravida just in time, able to take down Digimion, and LW with the ultimate is there as well. That is 2 kills going over to DG Lady.
And just like that, it gets turned around here. EVOS roaring on the top. Mid lane still controlled by the Crixie. Again, that unexpected burst of damage coming from your support is definitely something that EVOS is playing from.
Little caught Ravida right here, but I guess she's just trying to bait them. She jumps in. LW is right there. Digimion and Fortum just late to the party. Akasha, of course, is gonna clear out that top area, and Jill just looking here at the brushes.
This little dragon gonna be rotated on here by EVOS. A reset happening well for DG. Don't want to give away just yet. Lane on the top lane, solo bot lane. Have the Fennec there. They're not joining the team fights yet.
She's taking her sweet time with the farm, and Pistol Dragon is up. No one fighting over it yet because it was reset earlier as well. 2 people on the top lane. Nice dive in from Ravida, but the follow-up damage from Lynx is just not enough because she is low on health. Digimion just one skill set away from dying. Though, are they gonna give it a go? Shields up for Ravida, and Tazy right there as well. Bit of miss on that skill, but that is apparent enough to keep DG Ladies away from the top lane. But here in the bottom lane, Lil received a lot of damage, and Rinko just running for her life as well.
impressively enough, DG starting to really falter as EVO's just pressuring non-stop. Rotating and left, right, and center. Ryoma 3v1 all of a sudden after his tower goes down.
That was a nice catch, but Ryoma was able to get away. Her team member did not even need to do anything there, and Pixie just rotating over. So far, so good, honestly. Even though the kill score is not that high, the gold advantage is still on EVOS Esports side. Another blue turret being taken down though by DG Ladies. Young just there at the top lane. LW and Ravida scouting out the jungle camps or neutral camps, and Abyssal Dragon being targeted by DG Ladies. Will Ravida be able to steal it though along with Tavy? Let's wait and see.
Oh, the Abyssal Dragon 2-4 ill and goes over to the red side squad. However, they will lose one of their members with being a bro activated already for that. Me. Alright, DG doing great. Stealing a big objective, however, they're still behind on gold.
Nice try for EVOS Esports right there, but they did suffer a kill onto their team member. So they're gonna go back and recuperate here at the mid lane. DG Ladies having the time of their lives. They were able to bag the Abyssal Dragon and they were able to score one kill as well. But wait, the Akasha got caught out.
Oh boy!
They jumped in. That is a dead Akasha. One small mistake is very punishable for EVOS Esports. They are still at it. They want to get the turret. They have the wait. What will they do? TV just of course at the front line, making sure that he will be the one that will be submerged in damage. But EVOS Esports still not giving this up. They still want to go. They want to go on the turret. Turret defense tower being destroyed along with Fordham. She got stunned. She was able to get away, but no, she got bursted down. That is life bar after life bar going down on the side of EVOS Esports. They do not want to stop double kill going over.
Stop it!
Trixie and Akasha revived, but of course you literally just
Oh
revived, but now you're dead once again. That is a lot of kills going over to EVOS Esports. That was a 3, actually maybe even 4.
That was almost a 5. I think I saw someone respawn and then die right away.
And that was Akasha.
Non-stop kills coming from the EVOS composition from the bottom side. Not only they get a lot of kills, they also got all the gold from the towers as well as the minions.
Man, they're stomping the game right now, leaving DG Ladies with a lot of questions like what should we do? Who will be target first? Because the sync is real for EVOS Esports right now. DG though, just there at the mid lane. Ravida jumped in. There is a lot of damage being thrown onto Fordham's face, but Ryoma was able to shield her teammate, and now they are back to their safe side. Akasha onto this Ryoma not actually having the best time of her life, but they're gonna try to take down this Abyssal Dragon along with DG. EVOS Esports is far away from the objective. This is the perfect time, but however, there at the top lane, Dark Slayer has been taken down by the blue team with Abyssal Dragon being taken by the red team.
So that's a pretty not fair trade, giving the Dark Slayer buff to a team that's already snowballing and starting to look unstoppable. They should have just contested. But for the meantime, looks like that will mean that the Dark Slayer buff will go over to Pixie and will have a chance to go for a big push on the top lane while everyone's busy. Again, the big problem with this composition is, again, that Ryoma roaming makes it so easy to take down. However, Pixie might be making the same mistake. We'll be able to roll on out of there.
Actually, I think it's okay that DG Ladies tried, not actually tried, secured that Abyssal Dragon because they want to not have enough deficit on the gold. But then again, giving away Dark Slayer is a bad omen or a bad thing to do. Lil got knocked up there, but apparently she will live to see another day. 1v1 against LW. That apparently hurts a lot. And now Akasha, that is a lot of damage onto her face. Ryoma not actually having the best time of his life, and now EVOS Esports just gonna take down that tower at the bottom of DG Ladies.
Pixie takes down the Telanos 1v1 on the top lane as well.
That's not a good thing to see.
That is definitely not what you want to see. On the bottom lane tower, inhibitor turret will fall. EVOS very healthy. That is what happens when you have a Dark Slayer buff on your comp. Everyone just falling left, right, and center here for DG. EVOS, they can smell the victory, and they want to go for it. And that might be it. Going for the core. EVOS Esports, they win FSL Circuit Arena of Valor.
Ending the things perfectly with Daisy bagging that triple kill just to make sure that that was an amazing performance from EVOS Esports. They were very careful, conservative, and a bit quiet in the early game, but even in the mid game, they did not allow themselves be caught off guard up until they were able to bag the Abyssal Dragon. And the moment that they do, they just snowballed. And I like how they utilized the fact that Ryoma was the one roaming, so they're keeping him at bay and making sure that he always gets bursted down. Literally always gets bursted down. There was even this one time he just died, he respawned, but he died yet again. And man, that Crixie, she hurts a lot. Ultimate is enough to zone out her competitors.
Congratulations again, EVOS, making it look so easy against DG Ladies in that last game. DG Ladies, they just had non-stop deaths after that initial mistake near the mid-game. And EVOS, they learned how to capitalize, revolve the non-stop with sustain, always using angelic splendor whenever it was on, and therefore keeping EVOS alive even longer in that game. Congratulations.
GGWP, that was a 3-1 score in favor of EVOS Esports. We're gonna show the brackets right now, and day 1, day 2, here we go. Finally, we have our champions, EVOS Esports. What an amazing 3-day tournament for our all-girls team here on AOV.
It was a long and winding journey, but eventually they made it to the top, only losing once, and twice rather, in this whole tournament. Once against GG Well Played Ladies and the DG Ladies. This time around, EVOS though showed that they are the superior female esports players here for Arena of Valor MSPID region.
Solid team plays, and Ravida, man, every time she jumps in, it was just always phenomenal. She was always being able to catch 1 or 2 heroes off guard, and it just worked so well for EVOS because in that moment they were able to ramp up the damage and the burst. But again, that has been it. Thank you so much to everyone that watched since day 1, series 1, game 1, and now finally this is the last game. This is the end. Thank you so much for liking and sharing the live stream. We hope you will keep on supporting this and our future tournaments. But of course, we have been your casters. I'm Yugo.
And of course, I am Rockhart. It has been a pleasure, and you just witnessed FSL Circuit, of course, Arena of Valor. We will see you guys next time for more. See you soon.